Hello, crafty friends. Creative Juice by Lana here. A few moments late. I apologize. I couldn't get my other camera to work, so I had to have them pause for a moment and get it reconnected. Technology. But I am so excited about today's crafting with you because we are going to be talking about all things gifting, mailable gifts today. Let's get started. So we won't waste any more time since we have been, let's see if I can get there we go. Let's see if it's going to work. Maybe not, maybe not. See if I can get it to come to the right. There we go. Technology, seriously. Sometimes, I guess you're not going to get to see my face, just my camera today. We're going to be using a kit from Stampin' Up to start with. And by the way, I am also going to be doing a giveaway today. So comment if you are watching live or on a replay, and I will announce next week who was the winner today, because I will be sending you one of the things that I'm showing you today. And in fact, I'll be sending it to you in one of these cute cards that I'm going to make with the So Much to Celebrate kit. This is a non-stamping kit from Stampin' Up. Very easy for anyone to do. It creates 9 cards. It's only $14, which means that each card is less than $2, about $1.75 per card. And you get to put them together in just minutes. I'm going to show you how to do that in just a moment. I love this one because it's really generic enough that it could be used for graduation, birthday, weddings, anything for spring. And we're going to show you exactly how this is done. So this is one card that is already finished. In fact, I stuck it into the envelope so that you could see how they coordinate. Here we go. And it's really a pretty card. Let me bring it into focus so you can see how those little gold pieces are actually shiny. And look at these adorable little ladybugs. Oh my goodness, they are so cute. I can see I have a little bit of a lag, so I'm waiting for my camera to catch up. They are just really beautiful cards. This one is a slimline card, which means that it's long and skinny, about 6 inches by 3 inches. And that one I also made this morning. So let's put one of these together. I'll make this third card, and then we're going to show you a mailable idea with a gift. This is the third card. It has all these pieces: our envelope, our card base, the congratulations that is shiny, and then it has some little pieces that were popped out, and the instructions in each of these kits tells you exactly step by step what you need. For instance, when you open it up, you're going to see this first page says these are the items that you will need from the kit to complete each of these cards. So you'll pull them all out. And then the instructions show that you will either put, it has little black dots, that's going to be for glue dots, or it could have little hexagon shapes, which would be your dimensionals. So it says to put some dimensionals on this. Let me pull out I already pull out the dimensionals from the kit. Oh, I put them right here. Here we go. So we'll put a couple of dimensionals on the back of the words. It seems like did you know, before I go to that part, did you know that Stampin' Up comes out with three new kits every month? And so tomorrow will be 2 more kits. Hello, Nyla. I'm glad you had a good day on Saturday. And hello, Jamie. Hope you had a happy birthday. So I'm looking at my instructions here, making sure I'm doing it right. But so Stampin' Up will have 3 more new kits tomorrow. This is actually not a new kit, but we're making it anyway today. So I need to move it up, it looks like, a little bit. Okay, we're going to move it up just a tiny smidge. Okay, then we'll put some of our It comes with glue dots. It has everything you need except for scissors. And this one, as I said, is a no stamping kit. Does not have this little tool. This is called the Take Your Pick tool, which sometimes makes crafting a little easier with some of the ends that it includes. So I've got my glue dots on there, and I've got my dimensionals on here. We'll take off the backing of the glue dots, and it says we're going to put one, let me look, right here. Cute. And one right here. It goes like that. Yep. Okay, and then we'll take these off, and we are almost done. This is way faster than even jumping in your car and going down and to buy it at the Dollar Tree, which is now $1.25 minimum sometimes, and you're like, whoa. Any place else, it's even more expensive. So then I'm going to put that one right there in the middle. Move it up so you can see that. The final piece de resistance is one of these cute little ladybugs. Oh, they're kind of squishy, and they're not really hard, but they're kind of squishy. And we'll just put a little ladybug right on there. Fold up our card, and it is ready to go into my envelope. I'm going to move you up just a little bit. Sorry. But I want to have a little more. So that is how simple a kit is to put together. Now I want to show you an alternate to this kit that includes a little gift, especially if you're a reader. So what I've done is I've added a piece of balmy blue cardstock. This is 8.5 by 5.5. And then I have a balmy blue cardstock 2 inches by 5.25. I'm going to start by taking my, all right, turn this around, flip it around. I'm going to take this piece of cardstock and score it in 2 places. Let me make sure I use my scoring blade and not my cutting blade. Scoring blade is light. I'm going to do 4.25. That's in half, so it's half of a card. And then I'm going to score it again at 2. Or 2 and 4.25, whichever way you want to go on your own cutter, paper trimmer. Okay, so I've got that, and I'm going to fold this one back a little bit. Then I'm going to you can take your paper trimmer, in fact I will do that, and from the top of this score line, I'm just going to cut a diagonal line right here. There's our second score line. Oh, down about that far maybe. What I'm doing is creating a pocket. So let's bring our card back in. I'm going to just make it kind of an open pocket on one side. So I've got a little tear and tape on the bottom to hold that pocket closed. Let's bring our trimmer back in and do a little trimming on this card base that came in the kit. I'm going to cut this back piece off at 4 inches. Now before I do that, I'm going to cut the whole card down to 5.25. So you can look over here. I'm going to cut it down by 1/8 of an inch. Oh, that was actually that 1/4 inch right there. Okay, I'm going to cut this one down at 4. So now I should have done that a little differently, but I did it. So this is 4 by 5.25. This is 5.25, and I'm actually going to cut off a little bit on the top too of this one. Just a smidge. Kind of match the bottom. And I'm going to cut it in half again. All right, so I'm going to cut this one to 2 inches and 2 inches. Let's turn it around. 2 inches and 2 inches. Let's see if this works. Cross your fingers. All right, so first of all, this one's going to go on the front. I could have left a little bit on the end there, but since I cut it down, it's going to be a little bit smaller. So I'm going to make it a little bit thinner on this one, but not on the other one. So just take off maybe another 1/8 of an inch to make it look like we've got a good layer. Good, that's looking better. That's looking really nice. You can use the leftover glue dots from your kit. Oh, let me get my, or you can use your Stampin' Seal or your liquid glue, whatever your favorite type is. Use tear and tape. So I'm going to put my front panel on here. I'm going to take this back panel and make it the inside of my card so that I can write on it with this petal pink side facing up. So you can take your kits, even if it's a Paper Pumpkin monthly craft kit, and do whatever you would like with them. All right, let's take our little pieces here that go to, you can mix and match. I just use the same pieces that were used in the kit as shown. I'm going to put a couple of glue dots on. I'm going to decide where to put these. I think I'm going to go like this for here. Yep, I want a little bit coming down off the edge here. So I'm going to go like that over the edge. Should we do this one off the edge too, maybe a little bit? I like that. Or I could do that. Maybe I'll do this. Okay, we'll put some adhesive on both of them. I'm going to assume that I'm going to put this one on the edge, on the side. There's no right or wrong. This is just what you want, how you want it to look. So don't be afraid to play with your cards. So this one I think is going to come off the edge like this. So I'm going to just put it on my adhesive on the back on the left flowers and leaves. Yes, this weekend I actually did send a gift card. Sometimes we get into the habit, I was going to say, of just thinking that the only thing we can include in a handmade card is a gift card. But there's so many things you can mail. So stay tuned for, I will show you about 2 dozen. 2 dozen fun things to put in the mail. Have you got some ideas of what is flat and you could put into a handmade card? Shout them out if you can think of things. Okay, so I'm going to put this one kind of over here, a little bit off the edge. So we've kind of got an oval looking here. So we're going to put our best wishes right here in the center. So let's just remember to only put our dimensionals on the left side. Best wishes. Beautiful. Okay, so now I'm taking my other half and this other blue piece. In fact, I'm going to cut this one down just a little bit too, it looks like. I think I'm going to cut it on the center piece. So it's just about, the finish is now 2 7/8. Oh, wrong way. So it's 2 7/8 inches wide by 5 1/4. What I'm going to do now is make this into a bookmark. If I can. I just punch a hole in the top of those 2 right there and take a little bit of petal pink ribbon. Oh, you know what I should do? No, I'm going to do that. I think I am going to do that. A little bit of petal pink ribbon now that I've pulled it back out. Okay. And a little bit of gold. You can do this however you want, but I'm just going to put 2 little pieces through. And then I can see that I don't need quite that long, so I'm going to pull it back. Cut off just a little bit of this with my good fabric scissors, my good ribbon scissors in my office is what they're called. Gather those all together and then use this little extra piece to tie around the front. So now you have a card that you can write in. and a little bookmark. You could even embellish this or stamp something or put one of the other. Oh, you know what we need, of course, is some ladybugs, at least on the front of my card. So let's do that. We're going to put one on the best, on this part, best wishes, because then you can really see that cute little ladybug, and maybe one up here on the top of her bookmark. So you've got this, and then look at here. You can just slide right in here, go into your card, and you've got a bookmark and a gift card. I love that. So there's one idea. You can make your own little bookmark to go inside your card. Let's move aside some of these things because we're going to lay out a whole bunch of other ideas. Stickers for your Stanley Cups, or your laptops. You're on my same wavelength. Good job, Jamie. And remember, if you're just joining us or watching later, you want to comment because I'm going to give something away. I'll show you. In fact, speaking of bookmarks, I'll show you what I'm giving away. This is going to be the giveaway. This is some new Stampin' Up bookmarks that you can use for your catalogs. They're little magnetic bookmarks. So you may find some magnetic bookmarks, or you could make your own. And these will actually be going into this little thing. I'll have to cut down this top or fold it down, but this is what I'll be sending out. So and some little magnetic bookmarks for your new catalog coming soon. This is my giveaway, and those are flat enough to mail. You can mail a clear 6-inch ruler and another long, if you had a long slimline card. So this would also fit, I believe, into this one, or you can make a large slimline. Let's see. Yep, this one fits perfectly. Look at that. Right in there. So a clear ruler also fits in that. Something every crafter needs is some postage stamps. Why not send some postage stamps? All right, that's a great gift. This would be a very nice gift. Everyone could do it. I'm so glad you like that. All right, you could send, this is also something I picked up at our on stage, but this is a little chapstick holder, and it has a flat key ring, so you could mail a little lip balm holder. Speaking of a card, you could mail a tag. This is a little metal tag that I made from, you guys saw this in my VIP group probably, but on a Dollar Tree metal tag. But if you also grab a flat keychain, then you could make a little keychain that was personalized, maybe with your picture on with a friend, or the picture of them in their car, or whatever you wanted to make into a little keychain. Now, for crafty people, you might want to send them something from Stampin' Up, such as one of our add-on dies for the paper pumpkin kits, especially if you and a friend are both subscribers. You have to be a subscriber to order these, but these are perfectly sized to put into a card. Let me pull out my other card here. Here we go. So if you wanted to put that into a card, they're right like that, and they're flat and easily mailable. Other things from Stampin' Up that you can mail. How about these beautiful peppermint embellishments? These are called party dots, and they're not very bumpy. You'd want to put these probably inside your card so that they don't have a lot of bump to them, but I'm choosing the very flattest embellishments I can find here. These two are my favorite, well, two of my favorite, because they are very flat, are brass butterflies and are adhesive backed hearts. That's what these are called. All of these links will be on my Creative Juice by Lonnie website later today, so you can just click on the ones that you love and want to send. We also have some iridescent discs that are flat like this. And then this little one is the 2024-2026 in color ones. Not all of our embellishments fit in an envelope, but I'm giving you some that do. I'm telling you some of them that do. Some of them are too big or would have to be in a bigger envelope. Many of you have made these cute little calendars. In fact, this one's from Nyla, I think. Thank you, Nyla. I'm using this. Look, tomorrow's April. So a little mini tear-off calendar that you make yourself, you can add. She had added some Post-it notes to the inside, but if you don't include the Post-it notes, it is flat enough to mail as a card itself. Let's put that one up here because we got more coming. We got more things coming. Okay, we talked about keychains. We talked about that. Sometimes you can find some really cute Post-it notes in a flat variety that are pretty easy to mail. These I found on Amazon, and I'll include some links, as I said earlier, so that you can easily find some of these flat ideas. These I couldn't find any of, but I knew I had these as well. But quite often they have things that are put out in a long form rather than in a thick form, so that you can put them into a box. How about a eyeglass cleaner? That would fit perfectly, especially into this long one. And it makes it a little poofy, but as long as it fits through the slot that they have at the post office, they have to let it go. And it's not, they may charge you an extra 27 cents, but not too much. This one was fun. This one and the next one I got from a place called Natural Life. This is a compressed sponge, but look how thin it is. So it easily fits into a card like that. And they had some that were dogs and cat shaped, but they easily fit inside a card and don't add too much bulk, and they are bendable, so it's very nice. And then this is what they look like when they get them wet. Poof! They poof right up. So you've got this cute little sponge that you could, they come in a pack of 5, I think. Let's see, in a pack of 5, and they're called pop-up sponges. So yeah, that you don't send this whole thing, you just send the compressed bookmark. Or the compressed, sorry, I was reading Isabel's comment. The compressed sponge. So a compressed sponge would be a cute gift, and this is also from that same company. I'll put a link for 20% off your order if you'd like. This is a self-adhesive letter patch that you could just stick onto something. And I ordered one just to see how they are, but they've got a beautiful little gem on each one of them, if not more. This one has just a little ruby, which is perfect because my birthday's in July. So I'm like, oh, and now I need to get the rest of my name. So cute. So you could get just somebody's initials, or there's a little monogram that they could add. So there's that one that's cute. As Jamie said, you could do a sticker for their Stanley cup or their laptop. I'll share where I got these cute crafty stickers. Excuse the mess, but I craft here. Craft more, worry less. So stickers are a great idea. How about a magnet? In fact, I'm going to be doing a whole video on this hopefully next month. But this is one that I just picked up. This is just a flat magnet and with a great message. Great. Everybody can use a little chocolate. So a magnet could be really a handy thing. This one's actually a temple recommend holder. So if you are LDS, I am a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and I'm always needing a new temple recommend holder. And these are flat. They can go into your card. How about a packet of seeds? So you can send seeds in a flower card. Wouldn't that be beautiful right here? Look at this, some African daisies in your card. You could even make a little pocket if you'd like to, like we did with our bookmark. You could make a pocket for some seeds. Speaking of seeds, this packet reminded me of one, and I don't have a sample, but a package of Kool-Aid is actually thin enough. A package of hot chocolate or what's it called? Hot cider. Sometimes it's a little bit too thick, but the Kool-Aid package sometimes is just perfect. The non-sugary kind that it's not too thick. All right. So has your mind being blown yet? All right. Good, good, Megan, aka Mary. And speaking of Jamie, Jamie sent me this cute little thing in my last birthday card. And I had to keep it because I'm like, look, it's something mailable. But this is a little bracelet. And I know she got this at my sister's closet, but I'm going to see if I can find that link online. Jamie, if they sell these online, let us know. Because she sent me that in my birthday card. Oh man, we're running out of space. You could also send some cute things for kids, temporary tattoos. They love these, and sometimes I found these at the Dollar Tree as well, but they're very easy to stick into a card. And speaking of kids, do you know, my daughter had this great idea for her birthday. She gave out for her son's birthday bluey band-aids. Let me show you these bandages. You can find all sorts of pretty band-aids. So let's say you were sending a get well card. Look how pretty these fabric band-aids are with the flowers on them. And they would look gorgeous. You know, like if this was a get well soon, you could add a couple of band-aids because you might as well, if you're getting better, you might as well have something fun on as you're putting that on. So band-aids are a great little gift. Okay, I think I'm down to the last one, and this one I got from another friend, but a little tiny notebook would be perfect to stick into a card. And you could even make this if you have, this is only, let's see, this is about 3.5 inches by 4.5, 5 inches. So you could even make a little notebook and just put some paper inside that somebody could take notes on for an event or a girl's weekend, a birthday. Maybe you could have something that said, remember all of the things that you've done over the last year, and they could write down all the things they were proud of accomplishing. So, what do you think? Did that? Of course, you can always go with the good old gift card. And a gift card is always appreciated, but sometimes you just want something a little different. And that's why I wanted to have a collection of things that would give you an idea of, let's see if I can make this picture in picture. Nope, just me. Okay, you just get me. So I just wanted to give you some ideas of things that you could send out. So there you have it. All right. This is my giveaway. I'll tell you who wins next week, and we'll be sending that out with the card that I made today. This is little bookmarks for your new Stampin' Up! Catalog if you've commented. And you can comment anytime before next Monday, which would be the 6th of April. Just say hello and tell me which idea you liked the most too, or if you've already commented, you've already done it. So thank you. Hopefully that gave you a lot of ideas, a lot of ideas of things that you can put in a card that you've made yourself. The kit that I used today, what is it called? Yeah, something to celebrate kit. I put that number in the description of the video, but I will be putting all of the links for the things, the mailable gifts in my post at creativejuicebylonnie.com later today. Oh, it's over here. There you go. Oh, I hope it kind of makes you think about, I like having these gifts kind of on hand, especially some of the Stampin' Up! Things, because those are unusual, those embellishments for a crafter. They would love that, getting that in the mail. And a lot of times that's a lot less expensive than even a gift card. So stock up on some of these fun gifts so that you're ready for any occasion and you can mail off something easily, quickly, and inexpensively. I hope you enjoyed that. I'll be back next Monday with more creativity. This kind of wraps up our official month of birthday celebrating. I may actually be extending it 1 week with one more kit. We'll see how I do next week. But lots of birthday ideas throughout the last month here on my Facebook page or YouTube channel. By the way, Facebook is taking down all of these lives after 30 days, but they all live still on my YouTube channel. So you'll still be able to see them even after the month is over. Check that out over at Creative Juice by Lonnie on YouTube. Thanks for joining me, ladies. It's fun to have you here, and it's fun to share ideas with each other. If you come up with more ideas, pop them in the comments if there's something I missed. I love more ideas. Okay, talk to you soon.